It's not lining up. I gotta fix this. I gotta redo all this whole scene anyway, so. Hey, how's it going, everybody? Yeah. I haven't really done much with that scene. I should do more. I know I'm slacking. Big slacking. But how's it going, everybody? Oh, it is going good. It is another week we have passed. We have arrived. This is the second week of 2023, and so far, not too bad. Not too bad at all. So tonight we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do some creating a gilded server from scratch with creating graphics, setting up roles, permissions, you know, the whole nine, setting up bot flows, a new bot, or getting a bot into it and setting that up, and then doing all sorts of stuff with that. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun night tonight. This is what I love working in gilded. If I can create gilded servers constantly, I'm happy. I'm happy whatsoever. That doesn't even make sense. All right. What has been going on? So tonight, or not tonight, but today was actually a fun day. Going through my yearly or every 2 years dance of creating or getting my internet prices down for service and stuff like that, because they decided, you know, after 2 years of loyal service and paying my bill on time, we're gonna go drop your discounted rate, and now you're gonna be paying almost $100 a month for 100 up and 100 down. I'm like, let's see what we can work out here. And they were gonna give us a gig symmetrical 84. I'm like, okay. What about 500? 500. No, that's gonna be 99. Hold on, what? You can give me a gig for 84, but 500 symmetrical. You gonna charge me more? That doesn't make sense. So, what should we do as, you know, any cost-conscious consumer of a utility do? So, okay, because I was running on a business line, so I was like, all right, well, how about we drop it to residential? What's the cost on that? Finally got that taken care of, and I got 500 for $66 per month. It only took an hour and a half morning. So this afternoon I was just mentally exhausted, just listening to the same 4 or 5 songs on repeat. And one of them not decided, but it sounded very close to like an adult film music from the 70s and 80s. So the bam chicka bow wow. So yeah, that was fun having to go through that. I don't like doing that. But we only got 2. My area is either the fiber optic company or the coax copper piece of crap company with the upload speeds of up to 34 megs. That's tough to beat. I have to make a quick decision there. Whatever. So I get 500 and 500 up. Except for right now, because I have to upgrade. Actually, I have to upgrade my Switch. So that's coming in tomorrow. So I'm still out. I'm capped at 100 right now because it's a 10100 Switch. So, it is what it is. So I got a gig Switch coming in. 24 ports. Gig throughput. Unmanaged. Because I don't have time to manage my switches. Who manages their switches? Not me. So that's what was going on for earlier today, and that was a lot of fun. But tonight, right now, we're actually going to be doing setting up a Gilded server from scratch. Like I said before, we're going to set up a brand new server that we're actually going to be using. It's not going to be a test or anything like that. I'm actually going to put out in the wild. Actually, I do have an idea. I was inspired by another server that was doing something, and I was looking around. It's like, you know what? I don't see much that this is not doing much, or there's no. This is a small niche, I should say. It's because most of the time the servers, you know, there is one on Discord, but we're making one on Gilded. Because why Gilded? Because Gilded is a lot better, in my personal humble opinion. So here's our server. This is the Indie Creator Hub server. This is our community server where you can come in and join other creators if you want to share experiences, resources, just have a good chat. I had different groups for, you know, hardware, software, wrong mouse. I got streaming platforms, which covers anything that's alternative, you know, Twitch. That's from Twitch, I should say. So we got Trovo, Glimish. We'll talk about Twitch and YouTube in there as well. We also got the community foundations, which what that means is talk about Gilded. Other platforms, you know, like Mighty Networks or Reddit or anything that you can think of that is the basis of a community foundation, your community, the software that runs your community. We also got resources. There's all sorts of stuff in there. And content creators, streamers is kind of like a place to advertise, not be spammy, your going lives, or if you have a new video or anything like that. That's where it's always going to go live. But we're not talking about Indie Creator Hub tonight. No. We're going to be talking about a new upcoming server that is going to be here. So how do you make a new server? Well, that's quite easy. I'm glad that you asked. First, you got to go ahead and either download Gilded, or you can do it from the web. It's perfect web browser based as well. But you do is create a server by clicking on the little group, the all server section here. Go to where it says create server underneath your server listing. If you don't have any other servers, or if you just got the one that you created, or even if you didn't create one, this will be where all the servers that you are a part of will live. So go get on create a server. Go ahead, click on that, and this takes you to creating your server. Now, I don't have any graphics or anything right now, so we're not gonna have to worry about that until later, till we start making the graphics. Excuse me. So what we're gonna call this? Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna call this Gilded Apple. What is the server that we're creating? Well, it's going to be dedicated to a lot of stuff that deals with Apple. So like iOS, Mac OS, iPad OS, Apple TV, and yeah. I decided, you know what, let's go ahead and go with that. Let's create a server. Let's fill this niche, because I'm sure there's going to be some people out there that are looking for a place to call home, or find a place to call home that deals with Apple related stuff. And yes, there is an Android Gilded. This is my inspiration though. That's all that. I'm like, you know, why not? Let's create something that's for Apple. Now, we're not going to deal with this because we're here not to play games. This is serious business here, folks. Now we'll just hit add games later. We're not worried about that, so we'll deal with this later. This is just your invite link, so you can put this on your socials like Twitter, Mastodon, Facebook, MySpace, GeoCities, Gab, any other ones that you can think of, Telegram, Signal, WhatsApp. I can go on and on. I'm not going to. But anyways, you just copy that and you can share the link. But we're not going to do that right now because we don't want to be open to the public right now, because it is a complete mess. There's nothing here for people to do, right? Because once I hit continue and hit let's go, there's not much here. That's a problem, right? we got to build something that people want to, you know, come to the Gilded Apple to talk with other people that are interested in Apple products. So what's one of the things that we should do? Well, if we were on Discord, what we'd do is do the section that is for like iOS, another section for Mac OS, or another section here, and we're just doom scrolling to our hearts bleed. But with Gilded, you don't have to do that, because it's a nice thing you can do. You can set up groups. So I'm just going to go ahead and set up a, let's go ahead, set up a group. We'll call this Mac OS. Its membership is going to be for everybody. And let's go ahead and create the group. Now, what are groups? Well, groups are essentially, think of them as like a server within a server. Because if we take a look, let's take a look at a particular, let's say Trovo here. This is Trovo's Discord server. As you see, look, you got section for events, you got discussion, support, community. I'm just scrolling, holy crap, and there's a whole lot of scrolling. I can get rid of all this. I can have a group that is for discussion. I can have a group that's for support. I can have a group, oh, for different languages, support for that. I don't need to have constant scrolling. Yes, I can go ahead do this, but guess what? It's still there. There's still people talking in there, or I can do ignore. But why do that when a simple thing that you can do is create a group dedicated to that particular section that you want it to be about? So that's why I set one up for Mac OS. And to create a group, all you do is in your server here on your left, on the other side of this handy dandy menu where listing is, all the chat channels, this little plus sign, click on that. It says join a group. If there was a group there already, you can join it. But in our case, we're going to hit create a group, this button here. We're going to talk about iOS. And it gives you a little preview exactly what it's going to look like. This is the information. If you have an icon, we'll deal with that later. But you'll have an icon. This is what the icon would look like if you had something there. But it's just, it gives you a general, the first letter, maybe first letter or two letters, I should say. But we'll go ahead and hit create group. Now we got iOS, we got Mac OS. Let's go with iPad OS. And I think we'll do, because I don't want to separate out Apple TV, and we'll just combine like Apple TV as just do Apple TV, because we will incorporate Apple TV Plus and movies and TV shows that are part of the Apple TV Plus streaming service. So let's go Apple TV. And as you see, it gets the first two letters of the first letter and the second, the first word and the second word. So we'll hit create that. So we got our sections set up, ready to go. And now, like I said, these are a server within a server. So as you see here, I can go ahead, I can put in a chat channel, which is your typical chat that you can just type in and it just scrolls further and further. And it's a nice little example that shows up here. You can also put in a streaming. What streaming is that you can stream like I'm doing right now. I can use Ecamm to stream into my Gilded streaming room. to have kind of like, you know, a guilded server, private if I wanted, a private event, or you can do a streaming night. You can also set up voice channels. So if you have people that want to do, this is more for like gaming and getting people together, because this is, we will do that later, but I'm just showing you how, what each part of this is. So you got voice, you got a calendar. So if there's any kind of events coming up, so like the WWDC or any kind of Apple related events or any kind of thing, anything events that you are looking for your own server, you can go ahead and set this up, and you can have a nice calendar view that you don't need a bot, an external bot, to have the same effect. You can also do scheduling. Scheduling is you can just set up how, when people are available, and you can, as you see by examples, like, oh, these people are available on this time frame. Let's go ahead and set up an event in that particular time frame and go from there. You'll also have a media section. I love this about this section, mostly about Guilded. Normally, if in a chat on Discord, you would say, oh, this is like a meme channel. People post memes, and all of a sudden another person posts another meme, and they'll talk about it. And next thing you know, those pictures are above the fold. You have to scroll up to see what they're talking about. Here, you can upload pictures and videos, and you can have comments nested within that particular item. It's no longer, you don't have to scroll to see the comment that they were talking about, what picture they were talking about. It's all nested within that particular item, which is chef's kiss. You can also do docs. We'll set this up in our server for like the roles and rules. We're gonna talk to my manager, sir. That's a nice voice break there. We'll set that up for our rules and roles section, so people can easily go to that and check it out. You can also have list. Well, it is what it says on the tin. It's a list. What more can you say? It's good for, keeping track of stuff. Forums. Yes, Guilded has forums. It's had forums for quite some time, since the beginning. And not like Discord, where they just words are hard tonight. Implemented forums just recently for community servers, not for everybody. Community servers on Discord. That's the only way you can get a forum. But with Guilded, it's available to anyone and everyone who has created a server. Who knew? And it's free, no bots. And you also have your announcements section, which you can also have it set up as make an official post. And you can also, by turning it into a blog page, you can write blogs and post the links to social media, social networks in a blog format. So that's a great thing there. So what we're going to do is let's create a channel. We're going to do an announcement channel. We're going to do, what's this going to call it, announcements. And the nice thing, you can also put in a emojis. On Windows, you can hit the Windows key and period. That's how you bring up the emoji picker. So we're going to call this announcements. And we're going to make the channel public because we want everyone to see it, right? All right, let's go ahead and move it to the top of the list. General, let's rename this to just chatting. Why not? It's like, the catch-all, the general chatting, and talk about anything and everything. Let's make that channel public as well. And you can also do a slow mode if you want this channel not to be, let's say if you have like a huge community and the chat is just going by way too quick, or too many people are spamming a couple things, you can do slow mode. So each member would only be able to type every 5 seconds, 10 seconds, whatever selection you do. So it's totally up to you. If you can right now it's default off, but you can go ahead and put it for 1 hour, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It's totally up to you. It's totally customizable. All right, so we got that section taken care of. Now, the nice thing is, like I said, the groups, there are a server within a server. So I can copy this, or I can do something completely different in each section here. And you see there's a voice channel. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that because I don't need a voice channel in these groups. So let's go ahead and delete these channels, the voice channels, I should say. Delete. Start sounding like a Cyberman. Delete. You know, the wish.com version of the dialects. If you're a Doctor Who fan, you would know what I'm talking about. If not, you say, what the hell is this guy talking about? Exterminate, delete, dialect, Cyberman? This guy is off his rocker. Okay, so we got a couple things here set up. What we want to do is actually let me get some inspiration. So like I said about the documents for the rules and roles, let's set that up because we want people to know what our rules are. And let's go ahead and use those handy dandy documents, document type section, and we'll call it information. And yes, we want to make the channel public. Why else would people see it? They can't see it. All right. So as you see here, it has no documents. But you know what? Let's go ahead and change that. I'm going to go just for right now. I can go into I'm going to copy and paste. Go edit. Copy. Cancel. Go back to the Gilded Apple. We'll create a doc. Right now it says untitled document. That's the default. That's what each one is going to be defaulted as. So we're going to call this one rules. Paste the rules in, and you better follow the rules. So right now I can title this, or have a tag, server info, because it's do server info, because the space kind of breaks it, where it thinks it instead of a comma, if you put a space, that would also change it. So tag is server info. So let's go ahead and hit publish. Now, I don't know if you noticed, if I went back to edit doc, you can change like the bold, underline, italic, strike through, spoilers, inline code. You can do linking. You can put media in, like you saw when I copied it from the Indie Creator Hub. I had an image. That's how I did. I inserted it as a media. You can do a forms, not forms, forms. So if you want to have someone, if you want to look for recruiting for moderators, you can set this up, put in a form that they have to fill out, and it automatically sends it to you as an admin or your other mod staff to take a look at. Mostly for mod staff recruitment, you probably want to keep that as the admin side of things instead of, having the mods it's all how you want to run your server. It's you do you, boo. It's up to you. But you get a whole lot of sections here that it can put in a lot of customization. So we'll hit cancel. Now, if I go back, it shows there's my document there with the rules. This is awesome. So you can also set this up for roles. So we don't have any roles right now. We don't have those set up. So it's kind of, we have nothing to do. So let's actually go ahead, take a look in setting up some roles. Now, if you were an admin or you set up a server on Discord, this would look very familiar to you. I mean, how many different ways can you set this up to be, you know, set it up one way or the other? But yeah, so we'll go ahead, set up a role for, wait for it. We can do, well, we want to have like developers and stuff come by, right? If you're developing an iOS app or anything for that deals with iOS or Mac OS, be great. Let's go ahead and set that up. We'll go ahead and set up a new role. So click on top, it says add another role. We'll do let's just, well, should we break it down to iOS and then Mac OS devs? Yeah, let's do that. iOS dev developer. You can't have a space at the end. Did I do that right? I know. Yes, I did. Woo-hoo. 2 points, Gryffindor. Thank you. Now, the nice thing with Gilded is you can do gradient. What do you mean gradient? Well, let's show you. So I can have this boring gray. We can have a gradient. So let's go ahead for like a light blue. And the other side is gonna be a white. Not that. There we go. So you can differentiate your different roles, customize with a gradient look to the name instead of, you know, red, green, blue, yellow, gray, purple. You can have a mixture of everything. It's awesome. So what we're going to do is we're not going to make it self-assignable because we want to have people trusting us to say, hey, and this is an iOS developer. So we need to have some proof that you developed iOS apps. So we're not going to have it self-assignable, which I'll talk about here in just a moment. Once I'll make a rule that is self-assignable. I'll show you what that is. Mentionable or unmentionables. Mentionable is basically when you go in and you can put the @ symbol and then the role. It mentions everyone that is in that role. It's kind of like the @everyone or @here. It's good and bad. It's a blessing and a curse, but we'll leave it as it is. Display separately. Yeah, let's go ahead and separate our iOS developers from riffraff. No, I'm just kidding. From the rest of the members. It's kind of like free advertisement. It's like, hey, this person is an iOS developer. You have an idea or something? Go ahead and give this person a DM or reach out to them. Now, here comes the meat and the potatoes. We don't want them to update the server, manage roles. We don't want them to do any kind of admin stuff. So this is all be clicked off. Recruitment permissions, same thing. This is all admin stuff. You don't want this particular role to have access to it. So we want them to be able to view attachment or announcements, but we don't want them to create and remove announcements or manage, because again, that's on the admin side of things. Read messages and upload media. Yep. Create threads. Yep. All the usual stuff. We don't want them to manage. We don't want them to manage threads either, so we'll turn that off. This is more for, you know, if you want a thread archived, reach out to a mod team or staff and we'll take care of it for you. Calendar stuff. So yes, the view and create events is fine. We don't want them, again, this is admin stuff. Same thing with removing. Forum permissions, you know the basic stuff. Read, create topics, create topic replies. Yeah, that's fine. Not stuff that's for admin and staff. Documents, same thing. View and create. Yeah, we'll go ahead and let them have that. Media, same thing. Create and see media. Voice, we're not really gonna worry too much about that. It's just, you know, hear voice, add voice, hear the voices in my head. They are talking. They can also do whispering, use voice activity, send messages in the chat channel within the voice channels. Tournaments has no bearing on this server. Change nickname, we'll leave that as is. Poll results allows them to view all poll results. That's fine. List permissions, view and create, not manage. Brackets, same thing with tournaments. We don't have to deal with that because that's not applicable to this particular server. Schedules, we want them to view and create, not to manage bots, manage server. Nope. Stream, we want them to view, join, add. So if you want to add a stream and also talk in the stream channel, we'll go ahead and let them do that. Send messages, add voice, use voice activity detection. So, I mean, we can also go back and reconfigure this. That's no problem. But for now, everything is what we want it to be. So let's go ahead and save changes. Sweet. All right. So now what we want to go ahead and do is copy. Go scroll down to the bottom here. We want to clone this rule set, which is just hit a button and you had the same rule sets for this one particular thing. We'll go with Mac OS developer. Get rid of the copy. There we go. We'll have the same. I mean, you can change if you want the gradient or the color, but we'll keep it the same. The developers won't keep the same. So I'll hit save changes. All right. So let's create a role that someone can assign themselves. And this is the great part, as built into Guilded is self-assignable roles. You don't need a bot to do that. It's built in. So let's go ahead and create a new role. What we're going to call it? Let's call it for, you know, it's just for right now. Let's just call it the Ted Lasso. So I'm gonna go ahead, keep everything the same. I'm going to color it orange, but for right now, we'll keep everything all it is as same. Let's go hit save changes. And now what do I mean by self-assignable? Excuse me. So let's go back to our Guilded server at the front. So when you go into your profile or somebody's profile, they have a section here that says roles. Now, if the role is self-assignable, you can go ahead, click on this plus sign right next to roles, and it gives you, for my case, because I am, as a server owner, I have access to all the roles, but as a normal everyday person or everyday member, you'll only see the roles that are set up to be self-assignable. So let's pretend that all you see is the Ted Lasso role. Okay. So you can go ahead, click on that, and guess what? Now you are part of the Ted Lasso crew. That's how easy it is. It's so easy. Anyone can do it. You don't need a bachelor or a doctorate or a rocket scientist. Just click a button, then click another button, and that's it. You're good to go. Now, let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and leave the Ted Lasso in there. We'll eventually change that and make it better role selection. We're gonna have some fun with it. But for now, just getting the gist of it and everything taken care of, because I don't want this to be like a 6-hour long stream. So we're going over the most important things. Let's go ahead and set up our groups. So for Mac OS, we want to go ahead and set up a section that is for, we'll rename general to let's see, not the poop emoji. We'll do, a desktop computer, a hardware, and make it public. Save changes. You can put a channel topic. Let's go ahead. Discussions all about the hardware for Mac OS, like the MacBooks, MacBook Pro, laptops, stuff like that. Save changes, close it out, so at least you have the topic that shows up here. It kind of helps, tells your potential members and your members what exactly this particular section is all about. Okay, so we'll do hardware. We'll set one up for do we have a software? If I put a CD, the Zoomers are not going to understand what that is. Software, make it public. Okay, there you go. So for now, we'll go ahead and keep it hardware, software. We'll do the same thing for iOS. Change this out to, we have an iPad. No, we don't. iPhone? No. Phone? Yeah, we'll go ahead and use that. So because I don't want to use the same thing over and over for iPhone. For now, what's this? We'll do it. We're doing it live, folks. So save changes. This is for now. We'll keep it the same. iPad. Channel public. Let's go ahead with that. So we got the iOS, and we'll set up gaming, or there's not really anything for like apps. So I don't know, maybe there is. Application button with the Japanese character. Okay, let's do that. Apps. create. And that's it. So this is a good starting point for, iOS section. I didn't need this. But what I could do is put it in. See what I did there? You can move stuff around. So like I just did. Now inside the iPad OS. So I can go ahead and delete this channel. I don't need it. Good to go. And the nice thing is, if you do this, I can hit clone. I want a copy of the apps. Confirm. And just drag that in there. Bada bang, bada boom. You're done. So you got, apps too. I'll change the icons so when I go and do webhooks and getting the bot set up, it's not going to get confused because it's like, oh, is this apps within the iPad or the iPhone? I don't remember. So it's a good thing to make sure that you don't have multiple sections that are named the same thing, because that could be confusing to not only yourself but to other people as well. Apple TV, we'll go ahead and change this to series, and let's put in a TV. Okay, public, save, close that out. We can do movie. Set up there. And it's kind of doubling up movie icon movies, but that's okay. Movies, series. Let's see. And also, that's a good start for now, So we got our groups filled out with different sections for each one that is correlating to what that group is all about. So if we go back to our server home, so what would happen is we have these 4 groups, and that'll be way down here. You can do that, but a lot of people don't want to scroll or have to have all of these sections. They want to keep things simple. Keep, the KISS philosophy, keep it simple, stupid. It works everywhere, including in server communities, Guilded or Discord, wherever. So let's actually go on to bots. Oh, but wait, first, let me talk about bot flows. So you might have noticed there's these 2 bots sitting over there on the right-hand side. We got the Howdy bot and we got the XP bot. These are bot flows that are built into Guilded themselves. So you don't need a third party. You don't need Me6. Don't ever get Me6. You don't need, I was going to say Charlie, but Dinobot, or any kind of other bots that are available on Discord or for Discord in order to do XP leveling. You have a bot already here within Guilded to do that. And if you don't use it, turn it off, close it out, never see it again. Howdy bot, it's the same thing for the welcoming messages. So if you get a member coming in, it gives them howdy, welcome, user 459, read the rules or whatever, however you customize it. You don't need to use these bots. What you can do is click on the top here, top left next to your name, go to manage bots, and you see they have green dots next to them. Click on them. Go to settings. Actually, go to flows. Click where it says enable bot. Turn it off. Hit save. It's out of there. Same thing for your Howdy bot. goodbye. So when you go click on the X here to close out, hey, they're not there anymore. So those are built in. So that's easy. You can use them or not. It's totally up to you. But in our case, we don't have to use that. We'll use, I mean, you also have a Twitch bot where it sets it up for as a server owner, or if if you have a role that is like for a Twitch streamer and they have added themselves or you added them to that role, you can set it up for anyone in that role that goes live. It shows so-and-so has gone live on Twitch with a link to their Twitch channel page and the game they're playing, or however you want it. You also have a patron. You can link up your patron account with your Guilded server. If you do patron membership levels or any kind of patron stuff, you can easily set that up here. Same thing for YouTube. You upload videos to YouTube, it automatically posts the link to that particular YouTube video. Bob's your uncle. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to actually add a bot. So if you go to Discover Bots, we're going to use a bot that I've used before. It is Parrot. It's a multi-purpose bot with tons of modules and a great web dashboard. So we'll go ahead and add it to our server. Yes, I know I have a couple here. Gilded Apple. Let's go ahead and add it there. So now we got the bot within our server. Easy peasy, right? Well, you have to set it up. So it says, hello, I'm Parrot. Thanks to Tone Waffle for inviting me to Gilded Apple. For a list of help commands from currently enabled modules, use the help. Looks like you've got GG, which I do. From there, you can re-enable and configure modules that are disabled by default. So I'm going to go to my dashboard. I'll bring it over here so you guys can see it. All right, so this is the dashboard for Parrot. It looks kind of familiar to a lot of other bots that you might see on Discord or for Discord. I keep saying on for some reason. It's for Discord. So you got your logging, and yes, this one actually has a bridge to Discord. So you can have messages between Discord and Guilded. I haven't tried it out yet, but the option is there. If you want to use it, you can use it. It has a welcomer, which is like the Howdy bot. This is part of the bot itself. Got, of course, help, AFK. Now it does have a pro level, which is $3. Go to Parrot Pro. Yeah, $3 a month, which is not bad. Gives you these options, gives you more features. You get to customize your bot. So instead of saying Parrot, you can customize it to whatever you want with a different name, different avatar. Go wild. Guilded server role. Show off your support with a pro role. A pro role. Support Parrot. And it also helps the developers because these are like 1 or 2 people or 3 people. Very small teams that deal with creating, maintaining, and supporting the bots that they create. So it's always a good idea to support the developers of the bots that you really enjoy. So let's go back to the dashboard and let's check out the, actually I want to turn it where I'm on the right server instead of my server. All right. So you can turn these rules, all these different things on and off. It's totally up to you. So you have a new member rule check and verification. If you have, because you have an everyone role, which is automatically set up by default, you can set that up that everyone that comes in or signs up on your server gets the everyone role. But to be part of the server, to unlock the rest of it, you have, like I say, a member role. So they have to go into one particular section, check mark or hit a reaction, which unlocks them, which unlocks the rest of the server for it. Kind of like verifies, yes, this is a bot, or this is not a bot. This is an actual breathing human being. Wow, words are hard, really, they are. So that is possible there. You also have mod mail, so if someone has private communication between you and the admin staff, you can set up a section for that. That's good for, like a support section. The pro level offers support tickets, so they can create public support tickets, which is different from the private communication between server staff and members. To have both if you really want to, if that's what the kind of server that you're running, if you do support for whatever it is that you set up your community server with, Parrot is a good way to go. You can also disguise link warnings. It says send a warning when a message is sent with mismatched link text and target. Kind of helps with the taking care of spam. And also you have commands and manage server moderation. You have auto mod. So it's automatically remove problematic content and to members. You have a word filter. So if you want certain things not to be said or have like a word list that is blocked, so you can have that in the word filter. Also with image filtering. So no NSFW. I've always had a hard time saying that. You have fun modules. You have a counting module, memes, automatic memes, which is fun. I had that in my own server on Two-Tone Waffle, the Waffle Hut. It's basically automatically post. I have it set up for every hour. It posts cat pictures, XQCD, and the one from Dank Memes Reddit. You can also set up a starboard, create a starboard channel for your server. Excuse me again. You can do giveaways, so you can create a giveaway for whatever for your server community. Fun commands, big brain, music. I like turning this off because why not? We don't need music channels. Play YouTube music yourself instead of shuffling it through your Discord or your Guilded server. You also calculator, which is a fun tool to have. Now, you can also set up a shop, so you can have your members earn currency. So you can configure your economy. You can call it whatever you want. You can let them earn and change the rate they earn your coinage. You can have a shop, so they can configure shop for members to buy rewards for your coin. And you can also have a place to gamble, so you can throw away all that money, all that hard-earned coinage that they've gathered over the years. So it's totally up to you. You can turn these off or leave them on. Permissions. So right now it's set up for this is a pro level. You can rob coinage from another person. You can turn these on or off depending on whatever you feel like. We're showing you the Parrot Pro. The custom bot is part of the Pro. Settings. You can sync with your Guilded. So if you added some roles or something, it automatically syncs, but you can go ahead and hit the sync to go ahead and do it right now if you wanted to. Especially, like it says here, the process can take up to 48 hours on a very large server, and you'll receive update notifications. You can also manage cache. You have your logging, so you can have set up your logging channel within your management section that is not shown to the general public or to your members. So you can have it where people come in, people leave, but automatically. So this is kind of like a doubling up. Discord bridge. This is something I have no clue on, but it's there if you even more. Welcomer. So you can have a welcome channel. So when people join your channel, it automatically posts up in this channel. It says, hey, welcome so-and-so. Welcome to the server. Welcome to the Apple or the Gilded Apple. Do be sure to follow the rules, communicate, chat it up with amongst your peers, and have fun. So you can set that up here, and this is what it'll show as a little preview window. So if I go ahead and set it up as an embed, you can add your reaction emojis, and you can change the title, the body of it, and the primary image. These are all pro level stuff. So like I said, you have that option already with the Howdy bot that is built in to Gilded. So it's kind of, if you want to use this, you can. You don't have to. Help, of course, the help commands. Moderation. So you can have a muted role. What that means is given to members while they are muted. It should have read-only access to all channels. Be sure to test and keep in mind that existing roles won't be removed. So this is good. So if someone is causing a problem, you can mute them so they can still read what is happening on your server, but they can't interact. You kind of taking away their pencil and they can't write on their piece of paper anymore. So that is what this is set up for. You can do the rules and verification. You can do a verification channel, verification role, like I mentioned before. If you have, of course, everyone has the everyone section or everyone role. You can have one higher, which is member, that people, when they go through the verification process, they'll automatically put into the member role. I don't have it turned on because for now I don't have a need for it. Mod mail. This is setting up the mod mail. So wherever you have that section set up, you should go ahead and set it up beforehand. So these are all just the settings for each of the different things, the different modules that are available to you on Parrot. So let's go ahead, go back. There we go. Go back to the dashboard section there. Good. All right. So we added our bot. Everything is set up, ready to go. What about... Let me take a little break here, guys. A glass of water. H2O. Because when you're talking, your throat gets kind of dry and scratchy. So let's see. So we went ahead and created the basic starting blocks for our form. We need graphics, right? We need something to, spice things up a bit. Make it a spice and a meatball. That was a bad Italian accent. Never do that again, dude. Ugh. Should be ashamed of yourself. All right. So let's go ahead and I should have gone ahead and got the graphics already, but we'll do, because I do everything in Canva. Let me open up Canva here. All of my stuff. Yeah, you get a little behind the scenes here. All right, so let's go ahead, create a folder. Let's go ahead, call it the Gilded Apple. Excuse me, because I want all my stuff nicely organized. Where to go? It's right there, staring at me in my face. All right, so let's create a design. We're going to do a YouTube banner. I'll show you, because what's going to happen is that there is sections that get cut off or covered up with you go to overview, your server banner is gets this little section here gets covered up by the server avatar, or the icon. So you kind of have to like design around it. You have to have that in back of my mind. I have a template. I keep searching for it, and I keep telling myself to put it someplace so I will find it easily, and I never do. So let's just go ahead, do a YouTube banner, because that's about the same size aspect ratio. Yeah. So let's what does that look like? Yeah, sure. We'll go with this. We'd have like iOS type stuff. No. iOS developer. Nope. Nope. So we'll just go with Apple. We'll go with this one. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead, delete these items here. Facebook. Who's on Facebook? Oh. This is fine. Get rid of that. We'll move this over here for now. Actually, let's go have all caps. And I'm trying to get it, because I know the avatar for the server avatar is going to be like in this area. So we'll see how this works out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Yeah, I will change it later when I have more time. But for now, as an example, let's go ahead. Keep news, reviews, unboxings, and tutorials. Sure. All right, so I'm going to download it. I should create a new folder. Go to my iCloud Drive, go to content, graphics, branding, new folder, Gilded Apple. Nope, wrong one. I hate it when it moves. This is Gilded Server Banner. Now we also need to do, let's go back to here, add new design, create new. Do we have avatar? Yes, we'll have Discord avatar, sure. And how about here? Let's say Apple. Yeah, searching for elements. Do I have a gold apple? Ah, there we go. Get out of here, green apple. I need gold. Put it in the center, and let's change the color to I would rainbow, you know, from the old Apple logo with the 6 colors. This is for now. We'll do this. But you're covering it up. Yes, I know, but guess what? I can send it to the back. Just a placeholder. It's not, you know, the final design. Final design. I know, I'm cracking up a bit. I'm going crazy. Loopy. Gilded server. Avatar. I smell burning. All right, so that is taken care of. So let's go ahead and add our designs. Browse, go to graphics, branding, the Gilded Apple, upload. Very cool. Let's upload our banner. See how it looks. Not too bad. Look, it's decent. It's great for the first time. And I'll fix it in post, as they say in the biz. So we got our icon, our server banner, our server avatar. So when you go into your server listings, it shows up right there. It's kind of hard to see that blue. May have to go with a darker blue. Let me change that color real quick. I just went to a different, or a darker blue, and we'll replace it. Want to replace it? Yes. That's much. All right. So, and like I told you, the Gilded server avatar covers up the banner. So when you're designing it, I'll post up in our Any Creator Hub with an attachment to this video, this live stream, the size dimensions. So it'll behoove you to join our Gilded server, you know, to get this information. All right, so I almost forgot the most important thing of entire server creation process is emojis. How, where, what do? You have unlimited emotes that you can put in to your server for free, static, animated, and you can use animated and static emojis from other servers in wherever for free. It's awesome. So how do you do that? Well, let's go back to your server settings. Click on the little drop down there, go to settings, and you got a handy dandy section that says emotes. Click on that. Wait, we don't have any. What? No. Say it ain't true. But there is a great site where you can do emote packs. Let's see here. So if you go to emoji.gg, I can do like an entire emote pack. I don't have to do them individually. So let's see here. I'm trying to find something that is relevant to, you know, our server. I'm not showing you this because there are some that are not appropriate. But actually, these are pretty cute. These are pop. So what I want to do is get the URL for it and then paste it. I want to import the 12 emotes. Boom! That is freaking fast and easy. Yeah, I didn't have to do them individually. That's so awesome. Thanks, Gilded. Now, you can do as many as you want. Let's go ahead and I'm taking a quick perusal. Gilded emojis. Let's see here. It's not what I wanted, but most of these that are on emoji.gg, these are all user submitted. Bread emojis. You know, those bread emojis look pretty cute. All right, so we'll put that. Import an external emote pack. Here's your link. Hit import. You want to import 16 emotes? Yes. Yes, I do. Boom. 16 more are there. So I think that's a good point for emotes. You don't want to go. There is a server that has 2,200 emotes. Yes, 20. You heard me right. 2,200 emotes that are available to use within the server and cross to every other server. So that's insane. All right, so if you go to just chatting, like Discord, you got your emote picker. Don't pick your nose, pick your emotes. So we got our, where is our server? So we got the Gilded Apple. So here's all of our emotes. It's awesome. Ready to go, fresh out of the box for you and your members to use as they please. So that was very important to show you guys with the emotes. It has a big feature. My nose is all itchy now. That is a major big feature with Gilded is the unlimited emotes that you can use, and they're animated and static that you can use within your server and elsewhere within Gilded for free. What more can you ask for? I mean, we talk about stickers, but that's probably coming. That's something. Really, actually, do you use stickers all that much in Discord? If you're a Discord person, do you use stickers? Maybe, sometimes, once in a while. Emotes, yeah, you definitely use those everywhere. All right, so, I'll show you permissions. It's the same thing. It's actually, I did show you the permissions when with setting up roles. So that's your permissions. Overview, another important thing, which is another free option that you get with Gilded, is a custom domain name. So I like, as you see with Discord partners, or highly boosted Discord servers. You get discord.gg/ whatever the server name is. For the rest of us plebs that use Discord or have a Discord server, you don't get that. You get random letters and numbers. That's all. But with Gilded for free, you get your own. So right now, my Gilded server, my domain name for my Gilded server is gilded.gg/gilded-apple. And I can change that. I can get rid of that. So it can be just Gilded Apple. Save change. Boom. So if I go to handy dandy Firefox here and I go to gilded.gg/gilded-apple, what's going to happen? Right, your server on the web. And you can also open the link to, if you have the app, it opens it up in the app, but you can do it within your web browser. Everything that you've done through the app on the Windows or Mac, app, you can do on the browser. It's the same thing. There's really no difference. It gives you the same options, the same everything. So there you go. You can use it. And I have my own domain. I didn't have to get boosted up to level 3 or 4. I didn't have to be setting up or pass the Discord partnership agreement. I can do it straight from the start of my server with my own domain name. How cool is that? I tell you, the future is now, old man. So yeah, that is pretty much just getting your server up and running fast. And you can do so on here on the server overview, you can put the about. You can set your server type. Is it a team, organization, community, clan, guild, friends, streaming, or other? We're going to be a community. You can select your time zone, so everything is in my time zone, but it's also each person that has a Gilded account, they can set their own time zone. Save changes. Oh, default. Change this here real quick. Change it to mentions only, because you don't want to have people be bombarded with at everyone at here, or any kind of mentions, or any kind of like new posting or anything like that. Change it when mentioned, not everything. Save changes. There we go. You're good to go. Now there is another section here. Is this subscriptions? You can have subscriptions. Gilded has had this for quite some time, which is another thing that Discord has copied, which is great because competition between the differing platforms and services is awesome. We want competition. So you can set up your own subscriptions within your Discord, within your own Gilded server. And they're all customizable. They're set up through Stripe, and you can have the different tiers and different rewards for whatever tier that you decide to set up. And it's totally customizable, and it's up to you. You can have different roles. You have a gold, silver, and bronze role that have different levels that or different sections that unlock for that particular role. So yeah, you can do webhooks. Webhooks is a nice thing. That is, get information from another site that has the capability for a webhook. So for one example, I use a webhook in the gaming Two-Ton Waffle server. I use it so whenever I go live to Glimish, it posts the going live post within my section that I want it to go into, and that's just a webhook. So that's easy peasy on some things where you can use IFTTT or Zapier. I'm not sure if you can use Make with Gilded with webhooks. I haven't tried it, but I know you can use it with IFTTT and Zapier. Zapier is expensive because this thing is like $40 a month to get the webhook option. IFTTT is a little bit cheaper, but it's up to you. You can set invites and shows how many people your band list, invites. So I just got the one right now. So yeah. Integrations. I touched on this earlier. You can add Patreon, Twitch, and you can import template into your Guilded server. I have a video. I'll post it for you. It's a quick one because it's an easy process. Takes no time whatsoever. All right, so we have gone through setting up our server, getting it started from scratch, setting up a bot, setting up our roles, getting graphics, set up different groups for our individual sections that we want to, separate out that people, if they're interested in, they can look into it. If they don't want to look at it, they don't have to even see it if they don't want to. Now, if you have any questions or comments, go ahead, leave them down below in the comment section here on the replay. If you're watching this after the live, it's best time to, if you're live, you can ask a question now and I'll take care of it right here now. Since we're live. But the nice thing with YouTube, you can watch it after the fact and leave your comments there. To learn more about Guilded, go ahead, check out the link. I have our link to our Indie Creator Hub Guilded server. Go ahead and join up and you can ask a question there as well. There's so much more that Guilded offers than what I just shown you here. And I have some other videos that goes into like creating a support bot or more about roles and stuff like that. And I'm going to be doing all different things. And also, a nice thing, I'll show you here just real quick. Watch. Oh. Helps if you had it right. Deep integrated search. It's awesome. It's not going to show up anything here. There's nothing in the server. But let's say if I wanted to go to the Guilded official server, which is something that if you're interested, you also join up the Guilded server there. Computer. It gives you all the listings, which section, with a preview off to the side here, the type, the date that it was done, who started it, the server that it was in, the team, channel. It is pretty freaking awesome. I mean, deep integrated search is, I think, much better than Discord. Yes, there's some improvement. Yes, as with anything and everything, you're gonna have some bugs or something, but you know what? This is the bee's knees, to tell you the truth, to have this integration. So we've gone through all of that, and I think that's going to be about wrapping it up. Like I said, we can go further in depth, but this is going to be like a several hour long video. Let's break it up for now. Okay. It's getting late. Our coffee is getting cold. Yeah. All right. So yeah. If you have any questions or comments, do leave them downstairs in the comment section. Also, be sure to hit the subscribe. Trying to get this channel up to at least 100 subscribers, which we're getting pretty darn close. We're at what, 92? Last time I checked. That's one more goal down. After that, be 1,000, and then 4,000 watch hours in the YouTube partner program, and then a diamond play button, all by the end of 2023, right? Yep. I got realistic goals. But yes, I do all these videos. I do these kind of videos every week, every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Eastern. where we talk about Gilded, Glimish, Trovo, all sorts of alternative platforms and stuff like that. So we do these deep dives every couple weeks. We do a couple different videos. We record videos that are going to be posted up later. I got the Cliched Crow, which is our new podcast talking about all sorts of stuff that happens within the content creator space and in live streaming and stuff like that. I have our first episode is going to be shown or be released tomorrow, on the 12th. YouTube is the video portion. If you don't want to watch it, you can also download the audio portion on any kind of podcaster player choice that you have. So do be sure to check out the Cliched Crow. And that is every other week. I do live recordings on Tuesday. So next Tuesday is going to be our next episode. That is episode number 2. So we're going to get up to a 10 within 10 weeks or 20 weeks because it'll take double the time. Anyways, yep. So thank you for coming by, everybody. And we'll see you next week when we'll talk about all sorts of these alternative platforms. And be sure to join the Mastodon. I have a link. And yeah, that's it. So until next time, have a good night and later, taters.